you so much, Tara. Thank you so much. You are a blessing to many, not only to me, but to everybody. You are a blessing. And I cannot stop stressing that. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've done for me, all your advice, your patience, your love, your support. Girl, you don't know how much you've been a blessing to me. But I want to thank you. And may God continue to bless you, your career, your children, your family. Many, many, many blessings and prosperity to you. All right? Keep doing what you're doing, and you will be rewarded. Try to stop Tara Simmons, but none of them can stop her blessing. None of them can stop her progress. Girl, baby girl, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna get there one day. You're gonna soon be well known, popular. You girl, keep doing you.
This message is for all of you out there who may be struggling this season, this holiday season, with your detox, struggling with outbreaks, having inner struggles. Well, I want to let you know that this time of the year is a time for a lot of struggles. It's a test of your endurance, a test of your faith, and a test of your strength. So, if you have been on my detox for a couple months already, and you find yourself having a hard time turning away from certain festivities or foods, or feeling depressed because you don't want to go and participate in certain activities because you're not drinking right now, and people may be giving you a hard time because you're not eating with them, or people are pressuring you, and then you eventually just give in. I understand how hard it is, and it's okay. No one's perfect, so don't beat yourself up. But if you have been staying strong thus far and you have not cheated on your diet yet, don't cheat. You got this. This is a sacrifice. Yes, it is. It's hard. Yes, it is. It's a challenge. Yes, it is. Sometimes it makes you angry. Yes, it does. But it's a small sacrifice in comparison to a lifetime of freedom. How bad do you want it? You can be free, but how bad do you want to be free? Yes, it's hard. Yes, you're busy. Yes, you have a lot to do. But how bad do you want to be free? What sacrifices are you willing to make to be free? How is your planning? Are you planning ahead? The detox is taking over your life. That may be a good thing for a lot of you. At this point, your life revolves around your detox, meaning your life revolves around you. It means that you are now putting yourself first. It means that in every situation, you have to stop and think, but I have to take my supplements at this time. I need to take my detox baths. I have to eat my food. And it may cause you to turn away from certain events. It may cause certain people to unexpectedly start to act strange and treat you a little weird, you know? But all of that is a part of the test. You got this. It'll be over in no time. And you'll look back and you will be like, damn, wow, I did that. I accomplished my goal. I'm holding my negative test results in my hand. And I did it. It was hard, but I did it. That can be you. So, do your best to be your best and stay prayed up. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Now, hey, welcome in everybody to the 5 Steps to Freedom Masterclass. We will be getting started in just one moment. Let me get my camera on. Okay, there we go. It's a little dark in here. I don't have my light, but it's all right. We're gonna roll anyways. How y'all doing today, everybody? Welcome to class. I'm happy you were able to make it tonight. All right, so we're going to be going over my HSV HPV detox. It's a full body cleanse. So if you are dealing with other things outside of HSV and HPV, we're still going to cover you because this detox does it all. It boosts your fertility. We got women who are planning on doing IVF, who are getting pregnant within a month or two while being on protocol. We have people whose A1C levels are reversing and they are no longer having diabetes within the first couple months of being on protocol. We have people whose doctors are taking them off of their medications, decreasing their thyroid medications, decreasing their high blood pressure medications. We got people who are passing parasites. We got people doing a lot of stuff on this detox, which is why it is being called a full body cleanse now, and not just for HSV and HPV. Also, if you have HSV and you got these other issues, you can't just do a general detox. It can actually make the HSV worse, because you may be eating foods or taking some herbs that might feed the HSV while it's trying to correct something else. So this is the perfect detox for anyone who's dealing with HSV and may have something else going on, or if you're just trying to detox, test negative for HSV. If you have HPV, whether it's an abnormal pap smear or warts, either way, people are testing negative. They have the results to prove it, and we're going to talk all about my process right here in this class. So let's go ahead and get my presentation up. All right, so let's talk about getting started with this 5 steps to freedom. How to detox from everyday toxins without spending years researching and trial and error trying to figure it all out. Because you know what? I did that. I was the guinea pig. I was the very first guinea pig of this thing. Very first guinea pig. I reversed late stage HPV, which is how I ended up coming up with this back in 2016. Okay. It was back in I'm on a video. So back in 2016, I had HPV. And let me get to that point in my slideshow. We'll put that right up here on to the screen. But I had HPV and I was at the stage of cancer when I got started with my protocol. A year before I got started with my protocol, they told me that I was at the stage of cancer. Okay, right at the top of this pyramid here. And I got really depressed and I decided I wasn't going to do nothing about it. Okay, I was like, I'm just gonna let life take its course. Okay, and then I had a change of heart, and I decided to actually go to God in prayer, which is something I had not done before when I was trying all of these home remedies and things to fix my situation, where I had actually given up because everything that I was doing was just making the HPV worse. So this time I prayed and I was like, God, if you help me put this thing together, if you guide my searches, guide my research, bring me to put the right search results on my screen for me, God, please. And it turned out to be things that I had already tried in different ways and for different reasons, but it just got ordered in a different way. So I did these set of things consistently for about 6, 8 weeks. And then I reversed what was at the stage of cancer down to a normal pap smear back in 2016. And I began posting my videos on YouTube, just sharing my personal story. Long story short, people with HSV started to reach out to me back then, like, hey, does your protocol work for HSV? Or some people would confuse HPV. They would think it means herpes virus, but no, HPV is human papillomavirus. Herpes is HSV. So in their confusion, they're trying things from my protocol and reporting back to me in my email and in comments on my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna shorten the story up a little bit more. In 2019, I started taking on some free clients for HSV. And then we got our first negative results back in 2019. We did a little bit more tweaking and experimenting in 2019 until we narrowed down on this one protocol that has been consistently helping people ever since, all the way up until this point. So that's what I'm going to be going over with you guys today. So I reversed my own late stage HPV. And since then, people have used my detox for HSV1, 2, Epstein-Barr, shingles, HPV cancers, abnormal pap smears, warts, diabetes, hypothyroid, infertility, fibroids, diverticulitis, sarcoidosis, yeast infections, and many, many more rare diseases that we don't even hear about often. Okay. People are doing this for all different reasons. Parasites is the number one thing I see. Parasites, well, you know something about that? These infections that we're dealing with are parasitic because they live off of us. And they still are vital energy. That's why some people are feeling drained too, because it's zapping and taking your energy and using it for itself around your body. So the things we're dealing with, even if some of them may not be exactly parasites, like herpes and HPV are not parasites, they are parasitic in function. So we get rid of all of this stuff in the same exact way. That's how these things work. But before we dive down into that, I just want to get a basis of who it is that we're talking to in the room. I want to see what issues you are personally dealing with. And I also want to talk about what is already out there, what some of you guys may have come across and seen, and put some things into perspective for you. For example, the difference between us and them. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So I just have a few questions for you. How many of you guys are relying on pills and meds, but nothing is seeming to help? So if anything that I say in these next few slides rings a bell, just drop a me in the chat so I can make sure that I'm, on target and I got the right people in the room. Okay. So these are all the things that we help with. All right, next. How many of you are tired of reproductive health issues and you're not getting any help from your doctors other than them just trying to prescribe you some medication? Okay. And how many of you can't live your best life because of the mental toll of just knowing that you have an STD? Okay. All right. Also, how many of you are dealing with this list of symptoms? Okay. Anything on here? Neck pain, back pain, sciatica, nerve pain, neuralgia, contagious outbreaks on the body, face, or genitals, poor digestion, fibroids, cysts, impaired kidneys or liver function, reoccurring yeast or BV infections. BV is bacterial vaginosis. That's when you have the fishy-like odor coming from down below. Okay, cartilage degeneration. That's when your joints are starting to hurt, your back and everything is starting to hurt, your knuckles, all of that stuff starts wearing out. Eczema, skin changes on your face, adult acne, the skin texture changes. That's when your skin starts to get thick and kind of leathery like. Heart palpitations, painful menstrual cycles, endometriosis, candida, skin discoloration, and boils or cysts. All of this is tackled and handled inside of this protocol. So if you are dealing with any of that, chances are you may be dealing with these issues as well. Maybe you might have a really bad diet. You might eat a lot of artificial foods, takeout foods, freezer foods. Maybe you have been exposed to one of the 8 herpes viruses. All those symptoms I previously named are in connection with the herpes virus. Maybe you have taken a lot of antibiotics for infections over the years, and that can actually make any infection that you're dealing with resistant. Okay, can make it resistant. So then those people tend to get sick more frequently and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you might detox from time to time, but because you have herpes, these general detoxes that you're doing, the fruit cleanse, the juice cleanse, and all of that stuff, is just waking up the virus and causing you to have more bodily outbreaks. Okay. Maybe you might struggle with your menstrual cycle. You might take, sometimes your doctor will put you on medications for it. They may put you on birth control. That's usually what they do. Just put you on hormonal birth control to try to control it, which actually increases your risk of cancer. All right. So we want to stray away from that. I'll show you some things you can do instead. Maybe you might also be living with fibroids or other reproductive health disparities, cysts on the ovaries, different things with your reproductive system. Okay. This all ties into HSV as well. And your digestion, which we're going to talk about that. Because if you're dealing with fibroids and leaky gut, that may be a easier fix than you think. Okay, shout out to the generals. Okay. And then maybe you might be someone who's experiencing bad, painful digestion. I think somebody did say something here: poor digestion and acne. That is definitely tied to each other. So if you're having poor digestion and you're having acne, you're having poor digestion. So your body is not absorbing the nutrients correctly. It's not disposing of the waste correctly. You're having that stuff back up in your system. It clouds up your lymphatic system. And then now you got acne. So we're going to talk about that too. Okay, so let's touch on some of these temporary fixes that most people go to, because this is the stuff that you'll mostly see online. The 3-day cleanse, 10-day cleanses, and 21-day cleanses, etc. Okay, these cleanses right here, this is the common stuff that you'll see. Sometimes you'll see people going vegan, but going vegan can cause you more outbreaks, and it will not fully correct the issue, because first of all, you need to know which vegetables to eat and which ones to stay away from. Okay, not all vegetables are equal when it comes to HSV. Another thing people are doing are taking loads of lysine and other over-the-counter supplements. So lysine will cancel out the arginine, which feeds the herpes virus. But if you're doing it over the counter consistently for long periods of time, just like any other over-the-counter or prescription medication, it can cause damage to your kidneys and liver from using it consistently over long periods of time. Okay. And another thing people are doing is just taking rounds of antibiotics and meds with no lasting resolve. So if you get BV or yeast infections, if you have HSV and you're having reoccurring BV and yeast infections, it's because of the HSV, and the doctors will just give you antibiotics. From taking that over time, your body can become resistant to the antibiotics. Okay. Same thing with the antivirals. You taking it consistently over time, the virus can actually mutate and adapt to those medications. And you can actually transfer a mutated form of your virus to someone who already has a virus. So like that was a question in Q&A today. If you have HSV2 and then you get with someone who also has HSV2 and then you don't use protection, and you can actually contract their mutation of HSV2, which can start to cause you new problems that you did not previously have. So keep that in mind. All right, so maybe you've also tried, these are the popular fixes. This is what people are doing online to correct their health. Okay, across the board, this is what is available, period. And I'm like number 5 in there. Okay, so I don't fit any of these categories. So raw alkaline vegan, this is based on the principle that the alkaline environment alone will put whatever you're dealing with into remission, meaning that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with. You just eat per the list. You get Dr. Sebi's food list, and it don't matter what you could be dealing with from A to Z. You just eat per that list, and that's that. Okay. But the thing is, when it comes to HSV, you cannot just eat what you want off that list. For real. There's some things on that list that you cannot eat. Okay. There's certain vegetables you cannot eat. There's certain Grains that you cannot have. You cannot have the quinoa. You cannot have any of the flaxseed, the chia seed. There's a nut on there that you cannot have that I can't remember because I'm not an expert on his diet. But there are things that on there on the food list that's been shared with me that directly causes the herpes virus to replicate, which is why the person or the people who have come to me, that's why they came to me and showed it to me. That's why they were still looking for help, because it wasn't doing anything but making things a little worse for them. Okay. All right. The next one is the frugivore diet. Okay. With the frugivore diet, it is based on the principle that the alkaline fruit detoxes the body. Okay. Same thing like the raw alkaline vegan diet is, they're just focusing on the alkalinity of the fruit and that the alkaline will put it into remission. But the thing with that also is that for HPV, you're not trying to alkaline your body for HPV, which you can't even alkaline your body anyways. And I'll show y'all some slides later on in the presentation to prove to you how this thing works and that not everything in your body is supposed to be alkaline. I have some diagrams to help you visually learn that. So with HPV, you actually need to lower your vaginal pH to a more acidic number because the vagina is supposed to be highly acidic. And by it being more alkaline than it's supposed to, that's what breeds HPV. That's what causes HPV to grow. All right. So, with this frugivore diet, you're eating 80% fruit, you're eating 20% vegetables. And yes, that can help some people depending on their body chemistry. But for certain blood types, certain people, I'm an O blood type, I cannot eat no frugivore diet. I cannot take that much sugar. And some people can, some people can't. So for example, Steve Jobs, he died of pancreatic cancer from eating too much fruit for his body. He was a frugivore, and that led to pancreatic cancer. Now, when Ashton Kutcher he was, preparing for his role as Steve Jobs, he went on a frugivore diet to connect with Steve Jobs spiritually so that he can have the essence of him, when he plays this iconic role. But anyways, he started to develop stress in his pancreas as well, developing damage in his pancreas. So that is something that may or may not work for you, just depending on your body chemistry. The next one is going to be fasting, and that's just basically trying to starve the virus out of your body. But fasting originally is a spiritual practice. It's fasting and praying. If you're just fasting in a secular way, good luck with that actually being effective and working for you, because it's supposed to be the spirit, the Holy Spirit, that is supposed to be nourishing you and keeping you going while you are fasting and giving up something in return for blessings from God. Okay, that is the reason why people fast. So when you're trying to just do fasting secularly, it don't really work. A lot of times people break their fast with things that are unhealthy, coffee, pastries, and whatnot. Okay. All right, the next one is going to be supplements and drink mix. Beware of this in your inbox. If you see somebody pop up in your DM on Instagram, or if you message somebody from a YouTube video with a WhatsApp with a Nigerian doctor name, do not do it. Every Nigerian doctor out here trying to help you is a scam. It is not real, okay? So don't try to get your hopes up paying $200, $500, $1,200. That's how much they charge for this stuff, depending on who contacts you and on what platform. That's how much they charge for this, okay? You don't know what it is, and it is a scam. And they're going to tell you, yes, it's going to cure you, because they're not in America and they're not going to get in trouble for telling you that, okay? So all of these diets so the supplement drink mix is based on not changing your diet very much, just cleaning it up some. If you ever heard that, just clean up your diet some and take these herbs. That's what this is. It does not work. You can't just clean up your diet some and take a bunch of herbs and then that gets rid of HSV. It would be nice if that would work. It would be an easy way out, but it's not that simple to get rid of it. You have to put certain foods in your body that it does not like, and you have to stay away from the foods that contain enzymes, certain enzymes that feed it. Okay. Now, all four of these on the screen take about 1 to 2 years on average per the people who promote this. Okay. Takes 1 to 2 years on average for you to test negative for herpes or HPV using these methods up here at the top. All right. Then you have to stay on protocol for another 6 to 8 months using these methods. On my method, you are on protocol for 2 to 6 months to test negative, and after that, you stay on protocol for only 30 more days to seal the deal, and that's how this works. Question: with your program receiving a negative result, can HSV come back, or is it eliminated like never existed? Okay, so when I say that we're getting rid of it, if in order for you to get rid of it, get rid of something, that means that it's no longer there. Okay, I'm talking about it's no longer there. I'm not talking about it goes dormant and come back. If HSV came back, that means that it never left. There's no such thing as it coming back. Things can't just reappear out of thin air. It's either you got it or you don't have it. Okay, that's how that works. So what we are doing, we are seeking to get rid of it. Okay, I've only had, out of all the people who have tested negative, I will tell you right now about, let me tell you the first story. I almost said his name, sorry. But for him, he was one of the people in 2019 who tested negative. He did not stay on protocol for his additional 30 days. He only stayed on protocol for about 3 weeks after testing negative, and he came back positive. So what he did was he got back on protocol. He did his full time to negative, and then he stayed on protocol for an additional 30 days, and he has been negative ever since. So you have to do your full 30 days when you're done, okay? Another person, they did the protocol. They came back negative in about 5-6 weeks, but they revealed and I was doing a call on stereo with someone else randomly, and they jumped on that call and revealed to me that they were eating oatmeal while they were doing the detox. And I'm like, what in the hell? Like, you didn't tell me, like, all this time, and we've been talking about you testing negative and stuff, and you never told me that you were eating oatmeal while doing a protocol. So let's see. And they admitted they were still working out a little bit. So I'm like, let me see if this result is going to stick with you. And they did come back positive, but they did not follow directions. They were working out and they were still eating oatmeal, which is high in arginine. Okay, don't do those things. Now, the last person who returned back positive, this is only 3 people that this has happened to for the HSV. The last person that returned back positive, what happened with her, she got reinfected in South Africa. She was negative for a couple years or so. She went to South Africa, had fun in South Africa, contacted me back. I don't know how many months it had been since she'd been in South Africa, but she contacted me back, letting me know she was positive again. So we jumped on the phone so I can hear what was going on with her. And she told me about her adventure she had in South Africa. And she had got reinfected. Okay. So outside of that, we don't have any other stories about anybody returning back positive. If you have been with me for a while, you have already heard these stories. I bring up the same things when people ask me that question. So that's that. My PCP advised she does not do blood draw for this type. How do we find our blood type? I don't know. You can go to Google, for real. Just Google it. And then just call the doctors in your area. That's all. I have a link for you to go and get blood tests done. That's in my Instagram bio, where it says herpes IgG testing. That's a site that does all kinds of blood testing. So you can go on there. You can ask them, not me. It's not my site. It's not my company. You can go on there and you can ask them if they do blood type. If they'll go and see what your blood type is, and that kind of stuff. Okay. You can go and do that, or you can just Google it in your area. Okay, next. So what's the issue with these different methods that I just showed on the screen? There's a reason why it has not worked if you've already tried those things. Usually when somebody meet me, I'm not the first thing that they tried. So this is why a lot of things have not worked. The biggest drawback in these methods is that it's not focused on these key things: sugar content, amino acids like arginine and lysine, stress management, and your daily routine is very important. They don't focus on the ties that your past trauma has on your current health, and it doesn't address how to break these soul ties. So as a client, we work on things like breaking the soul ties and having those difficult conversations around the way that we feel and the way that we react to things, because addressing that helps to make your detox go along further. But if you're always angry, you're constantly hung up over what happened to you, who did it to you, angry about random things that happen in your life, any little thing goes wrong, you get thrown off and you give up easy. We tackle that kind of stuff within my program. So if you are that type of person that kind of struggles with those things, it may be good for you to get into the program. If you do not struggle with those types of things, then you may be able to do this on your own with no problem. Okay. If you guys want to hear about getting into my program, just stick around to the end of the presentation and you'll get an invite to come. So let's think about how it would be if we did not have to worry about the things that we are here to learn about today. What if we did not have HSV? What if we didn't have the back pain? Okay, so let me just paint a picture, help you paint a picture in your mind, which is kind of hard because we know what we don't want in life, but we don't always have a full, clear picture of what we do want. Whatever it is that we hold clear, more clear in your heart, that is what you'll experience. So if you have a vision of everything that you don't want in life, that's a clear vision. You're going to get what you don't want. If you can form a clear vision of what you do want in life, then you'll have a better chance of actually getting what you do want. Okay. So what if you didn't have to roll out of bed stiff every morning? You just get up out the bed and just go. You don't have to slide out. You don't have to lay there for a few minutes and get one leg out at a time while you maneuver with your back. Okay. What if you had the energy to follow through with your plans or ideas? You come up with something cool and quick, some type of genius idea, but then you realize, when the hell am I gonna do that? I'm tired all the time. I don't even like myself. You know what I'm saying? We want to get past that kind of thing. And I know a lot of people out there are feeling that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna speak to the truth of the situation. All right. What if you could get in and out of the tub and just take a relaxing detox bath? For my people who are overweight, who tell me, well, do I have to take the bath? I can't really get in the tub. You will be able to get in that tub because you're gonna drop that weight real fast. And once you're able to get in and out of that tub, man, that virus is going to release that tension in those joints. Everything will just release. Okay. What if you didn't have to plan trips and vacations around your menstrual cycle or monthly outbreaks or monthly BV or yeast infections? You could just up and go and you don't have to worry about any possible odor. You don't have to worry about your menstrual cycle leaking through you don't have to worry about any of that stuff because now your period is no longer heavy, no longer super heavy. It's no longer 5 to 8 days. Now it's more of 3 to 4 days. Okay, you're not having the PMS anymore. You're not getting the outbreaks anymore. And you're not getting the yeast and BV infections anymore. Okay, what if you didn't have to worry about embarrassing facial outbreaks or worsening eyesight, head tremors, migraines, brain fog, forgetfulness? What if you didn't have those things anymore and you could just think quickly, think sharply? Okay. What if you could just eat a meal and feel great after and not have any acid reflux, not feel tired and drained after? And what if you could just get a nice, good night's rest? Just get some sleep, go to sleep, wake up, feel good, and, go at your day. All right. This is our goals. These are the simple goals that we are after in doing this protocol. I'd be tired, but I thought it was because of low iron and having anemia. Yes, and that also contributes to it as well. Okay, contributes to it as well. All right, we done touched on that already, so we're gonna slide back. So, who's ready to learn how to detox with cooked foods and no medicinal herbs? You don't have to go raw vegan in order to fix your health. You don't have to do that. It didn't work for me, and there's a lot of people that raw vegan just does not work for. Okay, so this is the method where we're gonna eat cooked foods. You can't eat any meat still, but our foods are still alkaline. But this is not Dr. Sabi's alkaline vegan diet. This is Tara's detox diet. So let's go. All right. So what's the difference between HSV and HPV? So first of all, herpes is an infection in the nervous system. It lives in the ganglia behind the cheekbone. Okay, that's the nerve endings behind the cheekbone, and it lives at the base of the spine. Okay, but it can also be present in your organs if your organs are inflamed from your diet. Okay. On the other hand, HPV is not an internal infection. It's a skin infection. So it covers the epidermis of your skin. All right. Now, the way that it gets inside, like on the uterus, it will be on the cervix. Okay. It will be on the skin in the throat, on the skin in the mouth, but it cannot get inside of your body to attack your internal organs. All right, so a lot of people have HSV and HPV. Honestly, about 90% of the population has HSV or HPV or have come into contact with it. Okay, so don't feel like you're a leper or something. You're fine. You're normal. Most people have it. They just don't know what to do about it, or they don't even know they have it until some random testing. Okay, Or if they get with somebody and that person gets all the symptoms, but they have no symptom. Okay. Now, this is a diagram of HPV. HPV uses your blood supply and nerve endings to feed its own existence. You are its host. It manifests for your body to start to create blood vessels and reroute your nerve supply up to it, and it feeds on it. So everything that you eat, your body will absorb through the tissues in your stomach lining and in your intestines. Your body absorbs the nutrients, okay, puts it right into the bloodstream. And if you have a lot of toxins, you have a lot of sugar in your diet, right there in that blood vessel, that's what's going to be feeding the HPV. So we change the diet. We have you on the supplements that contain spirulina chlorella, and it fights the free radicals. The free radicals is that extra oxygen ion that's free floating in there that attaches to HPV and cancer cells and makes it grow. Okay, so the supplements fights the free radicals, and it makes it suffocates that blood vessel from within that's feeding the HPV. And then we put the ACV paste on top, and it kills the HPV from the outside going in. So you're hitting it from both areas, inside out, outside in. All right. Now, for people who have internal HPV, that's like in the vaginal wall or on the cervix is where they may have it. Then in those cases, the bath, when you take the bath, that bath solution touches that HPV, it's going to start to eat it up. Okay. All right. So this is how HPV replicates. It just replicates on the surface of the skin. It's not inside of your body. It's nothing internal, which makes it's not very hard to actually get rid of, to be honest with you. It's not. Once you know how to get rid of these things, it's not hard to get rid of it. All we have to do now is just get your mental together to be able to stick through everything that you have to do. And that's why we really push the program, because then you're in a group of like-minded people who are all leaning on each other, pushing and pulling and rooting for each other to actually make it. So when you looking at that cheeseburger, like you're making life decisions, you got some people you can bounce that off of. Okay, so high risk HPV, it can affect the vulva, esophagus, cervical, anal, genital, and penile. Okay, now body pH. Alkalinity. Every system in the body has its own pH requirement from acid to alkaline. All right. When outside of its required pH range, either it's too alkaline or too acidic, that's when the problems can start. So the solution is to address the system in need while ensuring that no further disruptions happens in other systems. So this is a protocol of balance. Okay, so on this diagram, you can see several different pH readings. Now, anything under 7 is acidic, 7 is neutral, and then above 7 is alkaline. And if you look at this diagram right here, you will see that a lot of these systems in the body is actually, and this is just this one area, but a lot of this is actually acidic. Okay, it's only acidic going up to the neutral side. There's only one thing on this diagram that is alkaline, and it's going to be your oral cavity, because your mouth is between the 6.5 and a 7.5. Your stomach acids have to be acidic to break down your food, 1.5 to 2.5. Now let's go a little bit deeper. When a woman is pregnant, she needs to make sure she's getting folic acid for the development of the baby's brain, because your brain actually needs acid to function. Okay, it needs the acid. The acid is food for your brain. Okay, it needs, I'm telling you, you can go look it up for yourself. That's what your brain needs. All right. Now, most processes in your body are neutral, like I said. Now, if you're trying to if you take alkaline substances and if you're sick, then your body's too acidic. And to make it more alkaline, you're just supposed to take alkaline substances and it'll just boost it up to where it's supposed to be naturally. That is not actually how that works. Okay. It's folic acid. So if you have you ever had a baby before, CC? If you've ever been pregnant before, then you know that your doctor gives you prenatals to making sure that you have enough folic acid. They may even have you take a folic acid supplement. They also have you take amino acids. They have you take AHA and DHA. Okay. So some of these things you'll learn about as you have children. Like as you have children and you're bringing your child to the pediatrician and stuff, these things will come up. It'll just come up. Okay. So acid is very, very important. There's certain processes that the body does that happens in the cell that is an acidic process. Okay, so we have people that are demonizing acidity just because they don't understand it, maybe because they didn't fully read the information. They're just taking it and running with it. And if you just say the buzzwords, then the laymen are just looking for someone to tell them what to do rather than actually doing any research or learning about things on their own. So I'm gonna tell you some things that you guys can go and research. You can fact check everything that I'm telling you guys, so that you can do the research. But I don't recommend you trying to mix and match. Okay, it took me 5 years for me to figure out how to help myself, and I was messing myself up in between figuring that stuff out. So you can still go and try to figure everything out on your own. You're not going to figure it out in a year. It's still going to take you years of trial and error to figure it out on yourself. So coming to me is a shortcut to where I'm going to give you all the information that I have been able to gather from working with well over 1,000 people coming through my program or coming to me for help, reaching out to me, sharing information. Okay, so I got information on, if your body reacts like this is what you do with that. Okay, any situation that happens underneath my protocol, I got the rebuttal, I got the answer on how you counteract that thing. Okay, all right, so this is the pH of your hair. Your hair is supposed to be acidic, and your skin is supposed to be a 5.5. I'm just showing y'all examples of this whole, like, trying to dispel this alkaline myth that's circulating on the internet that will soon come to a head, because this is the age of enlightenment and information, and all truth will be revealed, including that. Okay, so the more acidic the products you're using on your hair, or your hair is itself, the healthier it will be. The more alkaline, the more dry. So if you're using really alkaline products on your skin or your hair, it's going to be very, very dry, which is why we came out with the shampoo conditioner, so that you can balance your hair after using that Dr. Bronner's. All right, next. Vaginal pH is supposed to be between a 3.5 and a 4.5. It is not supposed to be alkaline. Don't buy nobody's products talking about alkaline in your vagina and alkaline herbs for your vaginal steam. They don't know what they're talking about. Maybe the herbs help, but it damn sure ain't because it's alkaline. All right. Like my detox is alkaline, but the alkaline is not the reason why it's working. It's the phytochemicals that's inside of the plants. All right. So the nervous system, this is how your nerves run through your body, and all of your nerves, you have nerve endings coming out through your spine to each organ. And that is how the virus is in the spine. It travels up and down that spine. And then it uses those nerve endings to travel to your organs that are inflamed from your diet. Okay. It's very common for people with HSV to experience back pain and neck pain. This is the pinching of the sciatic nerve. Okay, that's mine. That's the pinching of the sciatic nerve right there, which can cause pain in the back, low back especially, or mid back, and it can also cause pain in the leg, usually the right leg, but it can be either or. You can get a zapping pain in the top or the bottom of your foot. All of that is caused by that sciatic nerve being pinched, which is a very common symptom of HSV. Now, let's talk about arginine lysine. I'm going to show you right quick how to choose your foods. So my protocol, I tell you what to eat. Once you are on protocol, I'm telling you exactly what to eat to get rid of the virus. But what if you're not ready to get on protocol and get rid of it? What if you're still planning and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get ready for January 15th is when I'm going to start, but I want to know what I can eat until I get started. Okay. And really, I'm hoping you guys are ready to get started January 1st or 2nd so that we can get y'all out and done sometime in March. Okay. All right. So right here, blackberries, blueberries, onions, all of these things on this list right here are higher in arginine than lysine. So what is lysine and arginine? They are amino acids. Amino acids are proteins. So when they say they found life on Mars or life on the moon, they are talking about amino acids. They are not talking about actual life forms. So this is proteins. Now, the protein lysine cancels out arginine in equal amounts. Arginine is what the herpes virus uses to create its cell wall. So all of these foods right here on the screen, you can go ahead and screenshot this. Okay? In this column where it says lysine, we'll take the first one as an example. Blackberries have 17 milligrams of lysine and 49 milligrams of arginine. Okay? That 17 milligrams of lysine will cancel out 17 of that 49 milligrams of arginine, leaving 32 milligrams to replicate with the herpes virus. So what I want you to do, if you're looking for foods to eat while you are on protocol, okay, or while you're not while you're not on protocol, because I provide you with exactly what you're going to eat on protocol. What you're going to do is type in the food that you're interested in, and you're going to type in arginine lysine. Okay, you're going to type in arginine lysine. So for example, you're going to go on Google, you'll type in blackberries arginine lysine and hit enter. Then you'll have websites that comes up with the nutrition facts. You're going to click on the website, you're going to scroll all the way down to where it says proteins, and you're going to look for yourself at the content of this food. You're not going to go on Google and type in a list for foods high in lysine. On this list right here, if you go and type in foods high in lysine, some of these foods right here will show up on that list. For example, sesame seeds, 1,240 milligrams of lysine. That's hella high in lysine, but it's way higher in arginine. Okay, so if you look in that list that just says high lysine foods, some of those foods on that list is going to be higher in arginine. So you have to go and type in the name of the food plus arginine lysine and look it up for yourself. Okay, and if you're a client of mine, I posted a food list inside of our group last week that were all kind of fruits and vegetables that you could eat if you're not on protocol, or if you slip up while you're on protocol. And all of those foods are higher in lysine than arginine. So if you didn't see the list on the site and you're a client, just send me a message and I'll guide you to that list. Okay. All right. So how do you finally start to heal? Bacteria, fungus, viruses, and parasites are the underlying cause of most of our health afflictions. Okay. All right. So sugar is providing it an immediate fuel source. So that's the first thing we do. We cut all forms of sugar out. You cannot have anything sweet on protocol. We don't even brush our teeth with regular toothpaste. You're going to mix up the baking soda and hydrogen peroxide, 3%, not DMSO. You're going to brush your teeth with that, or you can either get the toothpaste that's on my website and use that to brush your teeth. Either way. Okay, we're not having any fruit while on this detox. We're only doing the lime, and the avocados are the only fruit that's on, and they don't taste sweet. You cannot put anything sweet in your mouth. Not honey, not agave, not nothing, not a nada. Okay, because it provides an immediate source of energy for the virus. And that's why I think my protocol is so much faster than the other things that's out there, because we cut that off. We're not even playing around with that. Okay, we're not trying to pacify nothing. All right, having sugar on your detox, yeah, having food will make it easier for you, but it can make it take hella long or not work. So we just eliminate the fruit. And no, you cannot use Tums. The toothpaste on protocol is baking soda and hydrogen peroxide, and the alternative to that is my toothpaste, because I'm only using stuff that's on protocol to make the toothpaste. But you cannot use Tums or anybody else's toothpaste. There's other ingredients in there that you can't use. Okay, you cannot use anything with, like, there's so many ingredients that you can't use. So over the years, we have already gone through trying to find, okay, can you use this person's product? That you can't use nothing on the market. So inside of the detox manual, I provide you like mixtures that you can mix up on your own for these things, or you can just buy my stuff that's pre-made. It's not the same recipes that's on there. The stuff that I make it like retail ready, versus the mixtures I'm giving you guys are like the bare basic stuff that you just mix up. Okay. All right. So the effects of the sugar is that it weakens your immune system. It feeds the bacteria, virus, and fungus. It disrupts your hormones, and it causes inflammation. Okay. So if you're having issues with getting sick a lot, if your hormones are out of whack, okay, if you're having candida overgrowth, if you're having inflammation, you need to cut the sugar out. And that's the first thing you need to do. And it's going to reverse most everything you're going through. Before we even get to, getting rid of the herpes, at least you'll be stopping the outbreaks at that point. Now, right here, this area is about the artificial sugars. Cut the artificial sweeteners out of your life. Your body does not recognize that. Okay. Have you seen the videos where they're setting these artificial sugars on fire? Sweet and Low, sucralose, Splenda, all those little packs, the pink, blue, and yellow pack of sugar, those things. Okay, they set it on fire. It's fluorescent. it just burns and burns and burns. Well, this stuff actually burns and scars your liver for up to 2 years. It causes hormonal imbalances, chemical imbalances in the brain. It leads to depression. It causes leaky gut. It burns holes in your intestines. Do not eat any of these artificial sugars. You're going to have to cut it out. Okay. Totally. And you'll see a huge improvement in your health if you do so. Now, these are the effects of sugar on your body. I need you to know this because this is very, very important for the things that you guys are going through. So sugar lights up your brain's reward center with dopamine, and some studies say it's more addictive than cocaine. Now, the studies they're referring to is the studies on lab rats where they actually put cocaine in the cage with the lab rat and to compare it to the effects of sugar. So, of course, the lab rats were addicted to the cocaine. They removed the cocaine from them to watch their withdrawals. Then they put the sugar inside the cage with the rats. The rats went crazy. They loved it. Okay, they got strung out on the sugar. So once they removed the sugar, they observed the rats and saw the same withdrawals as when they were withdrawing from drugs. So they saw that the effects of large amount of sugar has the same effects as cocaine and other drugs, which is not good. Okay, so sugar accelerates aging and exacerbates conditions like acne and rosacea. So if you're experiencing acne, you're experiencing issues with your skin, the very first thing you need to do is cut out the sugar and you'll see improvement. And it's mainly because the sugar is feeding all that bad bacteria and stuff inside of our body. All right. And the fungus that's overgrowing. All right. So the liver converts surplus sugar into fat. Overloading the liver with sugar is similar to overloading it with alcohol. When you give your liver too much of something, it gets to the point where it don't even really recognize it. It's just gonna send it to the fat cells. Okay. If you're loading your liver up with sugar, it's like I've already had my sugar intake for the day. I don't even want to look at no more sugar. Just send it to the fat cells. Okay. So when your liver sends things to the fat cells, toxins, all artificial ingredients get sent to the fat cells. They don't just come out in your poop. It gets sent to the fat cells and stores there. All right. So if you squish your stomach, you push your stomach and your stomach has hard fat. Hard fat is that fat from your liver sending the toxins to the fat cells to the point where it's now producing fat cells on the back side of your muscle, which is the hard fat, which is what turns to diabetes and causes diabetes. Okay. That's why, because you're overloading your liver with artificial stuff. Now, when your blood sugar is too high, the kidney spills sugar into the urine, which can cause permanent damage. Now, your kidneys also manufacture arginase, which is a precursor to arginine. So, because of that, your kidneys are already sensitive to the herpes virus going there. But if your kidneys are now experiencing inflammation, which would cause it to spill sugar into the urine, inflammation in your organs attracts the herpes virus because you're going to produce arginine in that area to heal it. So some of that herpes virus will spill over into your urine, into your bladder. So that's when you have UTIs where your doctor is telling you that the UTI is not bacterial. They're like, you don't have a bacterial UTI. You don't have a UTI. But you're like, I feel like I have a UTI. It hurts when I pee, da 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 da. It's because you may have a viral UTI and you got to cut back on the amount of sugar that you are consuming. Also, when this happens, when your kidneys become stressed out, it starts to release ACE2 receptors. And when this happens, the ACE2 receptors make you, for one thing, it makes you more susceptible to having a bad COVID infection because COVID attaches to the ACE2 receptors in the lungs. And that's how it infects the lungs in a really bad way. Okay. Also, when you have the ACE2 receptors being released, and then you also have that fat that's building behind the muscle from your liver sending junk to the fat cells, what happens is that fat, that hard fat, is not near your oxygen supply because your blood vessels are not made to extend to the back of your muscles, only to the front. Okay, so those starved fat cells will cause your body to release an enzyme that will start to harden your arteries. And that's what leads to when we skip over to the other side where it says heart, too much sugar hardens arteries and damages the heart tissue. That's a problem that actually starts in the kidneys and the liver, and it leads to you having this damage and problems with your heart. Okay, so if you want to help any issues with your heart, you have to actually start with the liver and the kidneys. Okay. All right. So for your mouth, sugar consumption leads to tooth decay and gum disease, which we already know that if you're eating a bunch of sugar and your teeth hurt and you're having issues orally, you got to cut the sugar. Now, let me help you out with something. If you have if you're someone who's maybe dealing with a root canal, or you're having cavities or anything going on orally, any type of oral pain, your teeth in the back, the gums keep growing over it and it hurts and stuff, what you need to do is brush with the baking soda and 3% hydrogen peroxide. There's no sugar content in it. It's going to buff and really clean your teeth really, really well. It's not going to take off your enamel or anything like that, because baking soda is a very soft. It's super, super soft, even though it's an abrasive. So what's going to happen is you brush your teeth with that to get everything out. Then you need to oil pull, which is to scoop out about a teaspoon or so of coconut oil, put it into your mouth, and then you're going to gargle with it. But you're going to buy the solid coconut oil in a jar. It does not matter if the coconut oil melts at your house or anything like that. That's just the type that you buy. All right. Doesn't matter if it says unrefined, cold pressed, da 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 da. None of that matters. It just needs to be the coconut oil that's solid in a jar. Swish that around your mouth for about 10-20 minutes, or until the pain stops. Spit it out into a trash can so you don't clog your drains up. And that will start to remineralize your teeth. That's going to help to reverse the root canal. That's going to help to reverse the cavities and all that good stuff. All right, now for your stomach. Sugar throws off your gut health, interrupting the microbiome of your digestive tract. So if you're having indigestion, you're having any type of issue with ulcers and stuff with your stomach or your intestines, you have to curb the sugar, especially artificial sugar. It causes the bad bacteria to grow in excess, which makes it really hard for the lactobacilli, which produces lactic acid, which is something that your body needs, okay, and that your brain actually uses the lactic acid for its own fuel. Okay. So not everything lactic acid is bad, to be honest with you. But anyways, when your body is going to sorry, I had to clear some off my screen. So your body's going to produce the bad bacteria in excess, and that throws off your digestion. So curbing the sugar is going to restore balance to your good and bad gut bacteria. Okay. Now for your pancreas, sugar spurs the pancreas to put insulin production into overdrive, which is also talking about another diabetes problem. All right. And then for your fertility, high blood sugar impairs the reproductive function in both men and women, because excess amount of sugar throws off your reproductive hormones. It throws off all your hormones, but that's why you're having fertility issues from your diet. All right, now this right here is leaky gut. All right, so leaky gut can be caused by by viruses, parasites, bacteria, diverticulitis, fungus like candida, which builds up in the intestines. It eats away at the intestinal walls, causing waste leakage. This directly leads to problems with the reproductive system of men, women, prostate cancer, fibroids, cysts, infertility, bad skin, etc. So you see that little thin yellow flap right there? That is what's covering your intestines and separating your reproductive organs from your intestines. So if you're eating a diet that is causing you to have little holes and leakage in your intestines from artificial sugar, artificial ingredients, eating way too many nuts. If you're eating way too many nuts on a regular, that stuff does not break down in the body well and can lead to leaky gut. Okay, it can cause little pockets in your intestines that will sit there, get filled with bacteria, start to rot out, and then leak. And that leakage is going to seep through this little thin yellow flap right onto your reproductive organs and cause a host of issues, from fibroids to all kinds of cysts, prostate cancers, and all kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So these viruses and bacteria and such, what they do to your body is weaken your immune system. They lead to cancer, autoimmune diseases. HSV has been tied to autoimmune diseases. It causes you to always be sick or get the flu. Okay. Repeat bacterial and fungal infections. That's when you're constantly having BV and yeast infections. It disrupts your hormones. It causes endometriosis, fibroids, cysts, menstrual issues, infertility, problems regulating your hormones. Also, you need to understand that you are its host. It is robbing you of your vital nutrients. It's disrupting your digestion. It's depositing waste in your body. So what you need to understand is these organisms in your body, they're eating stuff in your body. They're eating off of you, and everything that eats has to poop. okay? And it's pooping in your body, in your organs, okay? So if you're having liver issue, what if you're having liver flukes? What if you have those roundworms? People who have itchy bottoms, if your booty hole is itching in the middle of the night in your sleep, chances are you have a very, very high chance that you have a case of worms. Okay. It's normal. It's okay. I don't know if this is something that may be cultural. I don't know how many people may know of these things, or if I'm just that old school where I know of it. But what the old people do is, if with children are mainly the ones who get this kind of thing, you'll notice that the child keeps moving around and itching, trying to scratch their butt while they're asleep. The old people will take beer, open the beer up, and pour it on the child's butt, and then that kills the worms, because the worms travel down to the butt. They live in the lungs and they travel down to the butt at night and lay their eggs around the anus, so that the host would scratch, get it under their nails, and then go touch door handles. And that's how this parasite passes, mostly on like door handles and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, geez. Nasty. All right. So it's living out these life cycles in your body. It's dying in there. It's having more babies in there. When it dies, it decomposes in your body. And just like when a human body decomposes and releases all these gases and stuff, all that nastiness, when you see a dead dog on the side of the road, all that nastiness, these parasites and all that stuff, when it dies in your body, it has to undergo the same process. So it's causing more and more toxins in your body. And this leads to really bad health. It leads to organ failure, and it negatively affects your mood and your thoughts. Okay. These things can also lead to mental disorders like brain fog, cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, dementia, impaired judgment, negative thoughts, and confusion. And this is an article about a parasite that actually causes its host to commit suicide. So for humans, what it does is it causes them to have more risky behavior, drive more dangerously, put yourself in dangerous predicaments, be more adventurous, not trust your gut, just want to see curiosity killed the cat type of thing. And then for insects and animals, it causes them to climb to heights and jump. I was just learning about a parasite last week that causes its host to drown itself. So parasites are a real thing, and they all cross the blood-brain barrier, the gut-brain barrier, and they speak directly to your mind. Okay, they also saw they were doing transplants of actually poop transplants, because they were trying to see if they could restore someone's gut microbiome through a fecal transplant. And what they did was, the study I read was about a mother and a son, and they transferred the mother's fecal matter into the son's intestine to balance out the problem he was having. And what happened was his gut microbiome changed to that of his mother's. Okay, so he did become overweight like his mom, and then started to have some of the same thought patterns as his mother. So to be honest with you, our thoughts can be the sum of the viruses and bacteria that we in our gut microbiome, our gut balance in our body is severe, and our thoughts are severely affected by this stuff in our body. I need y'all to know that. And that's another one that's a good one for y'all to go look up and learn about. It will blow your mind. Makes you wonder if your thoughts are even your own, or if your thoughts are only that of these things that's in your body. Okay, so your body is trying to tell you something, and it is time for you to listen. Do not ignore the signs and symptoms of your body. It's just like if you have a pain, let's say if you have really bad back pain and you go and you get steroid shots. Okay, when you break a limb, let's say you broke your arm right in the middle, and you will develop a round ball around that break to cushion it so that that bone don't just be flopping all over, poking out your skin and all kind of craziness. Okay, now let's say you go and you're like, well, I got this big ball on my arm and I just need something to make it go away because it's so uncomfortable and painful. Okay, so they're like, okay, we give you a steroid shot. We're going to take that inflammation right on out. So then they done made the inflammation go away, and now you just all fucked up, arm just flopping all over, bone coming out your skin. So when you go and you got back pain and you go get that steroid shot in your back, the reason you got inflammation is to cushion an injury. It's to bring awareness to what's going on in your body that's causing the inflammation. So no, you do not want to just fix the inflammation. You need to fix the problem that is causing the inflammation. And that's what holistic wellness is about. Okay, going right after the root cause of what is causing the inflammation. Not just trying to numb the inflammation itself, because that can lead to worse problems if you do that. Okay. All right. So I was talking earlier about how to cleanse your lymphatic system. It is very, very simple. Okay. So it's time to cleanse your lymphatic system and help your body eliminate built up waste, clear your skin, stop the painful boils, herpes outbreaks, HPV, diabetes, kidney, and liver disease. Okay. So what I want you to do now, first of all, your lymphatic system runs through your body just like your blood vessels do, but it does not have a pump like your blood does. Your blood vessels have your heart, which pumps, circulates, and cleanses your blood through your kidneys, right? But if your lymphatic system, if you're not active enough, your lymphatic system is not going to really be active. It's going to be stagnant. And a stagnant lymphatic system is a lymphatic system that is not draining the cellular waste. That's what your lymphatic system is for. It's for cleansing your cells, running through and cycling your cells with fresh fluids. Okay. Now, with your lymphatic system being stagnant, that's why you're having acne and you got boils and all of this stuff popping up on your skin, because you're eating a bad diet and you're stagnant. It's both bad diet and stagnant. So there's two simple exercises you can do to flush your lymphatic system. And no, it is not jumping rope. No, it is not running. Those are subpar. Those are not adequate. What I'm about to tell you will flush your system in about 30-45 seconds. Okay. So what you need to do is get you a mini trampoline, or if you got a trampoline in your backyard, you're going to jump on your mini trampoline for about 30-45 seconds twice a day. That's it. And you passing 0 point on the trampoline gives you that sinking feeling in your stomach, like going up and down a hill or a roller coaster. And that right there is your lymphatic system opening up. Okay. That lets you know you are doing a good job when you feel that sinking feeling in your stomach. Okay, so that's it. That's how you're going to flush and cleanse your lymphatic system for free 99. You do not need to go purchase a lymphatic cleanse. That's all you got to do. Get you a mini rebounder or a mini trampoline, and that's that. Another one is if you go take your kids to the park, get on a swing. The swing also passes 0 point, which so let's say the top of the trampoline is 0 point. When you jump on it, you go straight through and back up. And that's what gives you that sinking feeling. On a swing, going in this motion gives you that sinking feeling, and it will help to open your lymphatic system. And you can expect to be running to the bathroom more frequently to urinate. And that lets you also know that you're doing the right thing and a good job. Okay, so when you finally decide that you're going to stop feeding the bacteria and the viruses in your body, you get your health back. Any years that you lost from poor health or time that you lost from poor health, you get that back. It's added back onto your timeline, okay? You get your happiness back because you feel lighter, you feel freer, you get time to accomplish your goals. Every day that you spend sick is another day that you are lessening up your timeline. Okay. So once you decide I'm going to take charge and I'm going to get my health together, you get your time back. Don't you want a longer life? Don't you want more years on your life? I know some people trying to hurt and just get it over with, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for the ones who actually love life and want to live the fullness of life and experience their goals. Okay. So this protocol will help you extend your life and get time to enjoy your family, your wealth, and your freedom. Okay. So if you decide that you don't want to fix your health and you're like, well, I'm just going to keep going with whatever's going to let life take its course. Like what I had decided to do when they told me I was at the stage of cancer. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to just let life take its course. I'm going to let life. Okay. Was not a good decision. It was not a good decision to make. It was okay for the moment because it helped me to relieve my stress and say, you know what, fuck it. I got HPV and I'm not going to let it consume my mind anymore. I don't care. Which that helped me to release the stress of it, which is what I needed. But in the end, I had to do something about it. Okay. So if you decide that you're not going to do anything about it, that you're just going to let life live, then you're going to continue. If you deal with these issues, they will only continue and get worse. So that means you get more yeast and BV infections that become more increasingly resistant to the antibiotics to the point where it don't work no more. You get continued mental decline from Alzheimer's. It starts off as brain fog, which turns into Alzheimer's dementia. Everybody with Alzheimer's dementia also has herpes. I'm sorry, your grandma who got Alzheimer's dementia also has herpes, my love. It's okay. My great grandmother who died from Alzheimer's dementia God rest her soul, she had HSV too. And then one of my family members had the nerve to say something like at the repast, like, well, mother had HSV. What does it matter? Why are you bringing that up? But thank you, because that adds to my research. Okay. Anyways, so it does. If you have Alzheimer's dementia, you also have HSV as well. So that brain fog, the forgetfulness turns into that. Okay. You get continued worsening neuralgia, which is nerve death. That is pain from the nerves actually dying. We don't want that. Okay. We can stop that now, and we can preserve you. Okay. You get further decline of the kidneys, the liver, the thyroid, your heart health, your digestive health. You're not going to be able to properly eliminate waste. We don't want your kidneys to stop functioning on you, because that mild kidney problem turns into a problem where your kidneys are not they're not filtering anymore. We don't want that. Okay. I have a client that is dealing with that issue, and I really want her to just, some people are like, you know what, I just want to get myself healthy and then do the protocol. No, you're doing this protocol to get healthy. We're not getting healthy to do this protocol. You will never get a chance to do this protocol if you're trying to get healthy to do this protocol, because you're going to continue to do the things that got you in this predicament with your health, which is your eating. So you get on this protocol to fix your health, fix your life, establish the boundaries that you're going to have to learn, and to do that inner self work. Okay. All right. You also will get continued fibroids, the cysts will continue to grow. Infertility will still be a problem, and you may even have to get a hysterectomy, which is what I was at risk for, which is why I'm talking to you guys today, to help you save your uterus and to help you make the decision that you want for your reproductive system the way you want it, without it being dictated by some disease or the medical industry. So this is a testimonial from one of my clients. This is someone who I actually worked with through my YouTube and my email. Back in, I think this was in 2020, I think I received this testimonial. But I like to read this one because it's so thorough. It wasn't one where like, hey, I'm negative for herpes, thank you so much. No, she gave details, so that's why I'm reading hers. Also, she was 42 when she got rid of it, and she got herpes when she was 25. So that also lets us know that it don't matter how long you've had it. So she says here, I'm writing this as tears are flowing to thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me to heal my body. I found your channel while searching tirelessly for a cure for HSV2. I really went down the rabbit hole and luckily found you. I've been struggling with herpes since I was 25. I am now 42 years old. I managed it for all these years without any medication, but I knew I wanted a real cure. I watched every one of your videos and took hard notes. I watched all the live streams to hear the nuanced questions and shared my experience detoxing with many of my loved ones. It kept me accountable and inspired. I wanted to do this thing right. I ordered everything off your site. Thank you, so easy. My first attempt at the cleanse lasted about 5 weeks, but I wasn't being fully committed. I made a lot of mistakes, and I knew I didn't make the bar. 6 weeks ago, I went at it again in full force. I've been committed as F. A few little detours, but always back on track. I just took an IgG test, Tara. I am negative. I did it. I overcame something that has been burning my soul. I accomplished a level of healing and self-love that I didn't know was possible. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, sis. Your courage, strength, tenacity, smart, and down to earth, no bullshit personality is here to heal people for real. You are a magical soul and deserve so much praise and recognition. Sorry for the book. I am overjoyed and wanted to share my success with you. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. So if she can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All you got to do is put yourself in your happy place and just do it, and pray every morning and know that you got this. Because if you found me after praying, that's your sign. Now, if you just, I don't know, if you just found me, I don't know, but I always pray that God sends me to people who are praying for me, so that we're praying for each other and we are equally aligned in doing this thing. Okay. So let's talk about over supplementing. Herbal products can pose unexpected risks because many supplements contain active ingredients that have strong effects in the body. For example, taking a combination of herbal supplements or using supplements together with prescription drugs could lead to harmful, even life-threatening results, including, much like prescription and over-the-counter medications, damage to the liver and kidneys when taken in excess and in improper combination. So my protocol does not contain any medicinal herbs. Instead of us taking herbs, we're going to eat a diet that is high in dark leafy greens. So we're getting all these important compounds from the greens, but we're not posing any risk on if we're taking medication. So if you are on high blood pressure medication, if you still have your diabetes medication, your doctor still has you on your thyroid medication, you can still take those medications and be safe while on this protocol. That's why I don't have no herbs. I cracked the code, y'all. I figured out how to do this with no herbs and with cooked food. They are out there saying that you cannot heal your body eating cooked food and you can only do it using herbs. Well, guess what? I figured out how the people who can't get down with that can still get their health together, and it's fast. Okay. And it's fast. So this is what we're eating. Dark leafy greens. What are they high in? Everything. Okay. It's high in vitamin A, C. You don't need to take any extra vitamin C. It's high in antioxidants. It's high in fiber, folate, which is the precursor to folic acid, which you need for your nervous system and for your brain health. Okay. High in vitamin K, magnesium, calcium, iron. Somebody asked me about earlier. It's high in potassium. People who has those Charlie horses. It's high in zinc. No need for you to take zinc to help you with herpes because the spinach is very high in zinc. Okay. You're getting all the nutrients, all the vitamins, all the minerals you need. But I found a way for you to do it just through eating the food, which makes it safer for everyone to be able to do this detox. Okay. Now, if you're somebody that's worried about cravings, detoxing gets rid of the cravings. Detox makes you crave what's good for you and reject what's not. If you continue your current diet of BS, you will continue to feed these unwanted entities and spirits and cause more and more harm to your health and happiness. Still looking for answers online, still going to doctor after doctor for help, or herbalist after herbalist for help, not getting any closer to anything but death. Okay, this is a for sure way that you get in, you focus, you meditate and pray, you do the mental work that I have inside of the manual. In the manual, there's little mindset exercises that will help you to form a new healthy way of thinking if you find that you are in a negative loop, or you are stuck in negative self-talk, or you're stuck in self-doubt. I try to help pull you out of that, because once you realize that you are everything you need to be, and you have everything inside of you that you need to have, and you know that you are whole, that's when the magic happens. That's what the magic happens. So you're going to use Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, and it's inside of your detox manual, Jane. There's a list of the different Dr. Bronner scents that you can use: peppermint, tea tree, lavender, and eucalyptus. And if you wanted to use a baby scent, you can use baby, but not anything else. Okay. All right, so our solutions. This is a simplified process of vegan, home-cooked foods and daily routine. Okay, we focus on meal prepping, mindset work, and progress tracking. I'm so happy that you're finding this encouraging, Ree. So here are the 5 steps to freedom. I'm going to quickly brief you on the steps that we're doing so that you're aware of what this detox entails. So the first thing that we're going to do is a 7-day sugar fast. This is something that you can practice all throughout the year. I was doing a sugar fast once a month. It helped to greatly reduce my symptoms of my menstrual cycle, to the point where I would have to use my app to remember when my cycle was coming down, because I wasn't experiencing any PMS symptoms anymore. Okay, so I didn't have any pre-cramping. I didn't have any pre-mood swings or any of that. I literally would have to check my app to know when my cycle was coming down. Okay. So my cycle shortened up from about 7-8 days to about 4 days or so. So that was a huge success for me. And a lot of women too, who they don't even experience like the menstrual cramps and stuff anymore from doing the detox. So you don't have to worry about that. If you get really bad cramps and things like that, being on protocol, we have bromelain and all of the great enzymes that your body needs to really make those PMS symptoms subside and make that cycle nice and light and flow right. You cannot use anything almond, okay? Only the scents that I named. Almond is a nut. You want to stay away from all nuts and seeds. No black seed oil or none of that, okay? Not necessary for this detox program. Okay, so on your sugar fast, no rice, no bread, no pasta, no fruit, no corn, no potatoes, only distilled or purified water, and you could drink spring water during your 7-day sugar fast. The 7-day sugar fast ebook, which is a little $10 ebook, $9, it details exactly what you can eat, It tells you how to deal with anxiety while you are cutting off sugar, because sometimes you can get mood swings when you're doing that. So I just give you some exercises to just help keep you grounded while you're doing it. Relaxation tips. I also give you the not recipes, but food lists inside of the Sugar Fast book, so you can see what you can eat. I have some pictures in there of meals. And everything is fully detailed, and it's a quick read too. It's only about 25 pages of really good, straightforward information. Okay. You can also join the 7-day Sugar Fast 7-day challenge, which is a free challenge. Just text the word Sugar Fast, all one word, to 404-737-1371, my phone number. Sugar Fast, one word. And when you sign up for it, you'll get the information sent to you in emails for free if you cannot afford to get the book. All right. So after you finish your 7-day sugar fast, if you mess up on it, it's okay. Just on day 8, go ahead and start the detox. So these are the simple 5 steps. When you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night, you're going to test your urine pH. You're just going to pee on the urine pH strip. If you are under 7, you're going to drink your tonic, which is in a powder form. You just put it in a bottle of water. If you are over a 7, you just skip your tonic until the next time you test it. Okay, simple. Next thing is your oral routine. You're going to brush your teeth with the baking soda and 3% hydrogen peroxide twice a day, morning and at night. If you like to brush your teeth 3 times a day, that's fine. If you have oral HSV1 or if you have oral HPV, you do have a slightly different oral regimen where some days you will be alternating with ACV paste to brush your teeth. That's also sold on my website, or you can just make it yourself per the directions in the 5 Steps to Freedom ebook. When you purchase a detox kit, the book comes with it, okay? And I have a special in December, which I'm considering keeping it. I don't know. I have to refigure the cost of goods sold, because like I went to go buy my grapeseed oil today and the price had gone up about $4 per bottle. So we'll just have to reconfigure the cost of goods sold on everything. But when you get your kit right now, it comes with all of the information. I'm giving you all the information for free. You get the video masterclass, which is over 8 hours of information for free. You get the detox manuals for free. Okay. When you get your kit right now, which is an amazing deal, because the ebooks cost over $100 and the video masterclass costs a few $100s. So you're going to save about $400 by just getting a kit. You can get all the info in detox by yourself if that's what you would like to do. Okay, now step 3 is the supplements. You're just going to take your supplements. It's 3 supplements in the morning with breakfast and 3 supplements after lunch. That's it. You're not taking, some of these protocols have you taking 60 supplements, okay? 60 supplements to get rid of herpes. We're not doing that. We got 1 supplement that we're taking, and that's it. This is a super simple process, okay? Next thing is your meal plan. Inside this green book, The 5 Steps to Freedom, it is your detox manual and recipe ebook. It contains the recipes in there, and it also has the pictures that you can look at to see, okay, does my food look right? Okay, is this looking how it's supposed to look? So you can see that information right inside the manual. It is very specific. You can't just eat what you want. You can't just, okay, well, I eat dark leafy greens anyway. So, I mean, I guess what I'm doing already is pretty good. Now, if you were doing with what you were doing was working, you wouldn't be here right now. So make sure you're following these recipes to the letter. And that's how you get rid of this quickly, okay? By following the directions. Now for step 5, that is going to be your detox baths. So you're going to take 5 baths a week. On the weekends, you're going to take a regular bath or a regular shower, whatever you prefer. Don't skip baths on the weekends. Like some people have reported to me, I didn't know what to do, so I just wouldn't take a bath on the weekends. Like, Lord, I hope you off on the weekends. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is your apple cider vinegar baths, which is 5 cups of the apple cider vinegar and a half a cup of the baking soda. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, that is the clay bath, where you just take a half a cup of your detox clay, shake it up with some water, and then pour that into your bathtub. That's how you make sure it mixes all the way in the tub. Okay. If you have HPV, you're only going to take the vinegar baths, and you're not going to take the clay baths. If you have HSV and HPV, Inside this book, there's a combined protocol for people who have both. Okay. There's a few different combinations inside of this book to make sure that all scenarios and situations are taken care of. Okay. So if you got HSV1 and HSV2, it's in there. If you got HPV, abnormal pap smears, and HSV1, it's in there, the combined protocol. So there's no mix up with it. Okay, so these are our detox kits. These kits right now are the ones that's coming with all of the video information, your ebooks, all of that. Okay, and if you, after you purchase this kit, if you wanted to join my coaching service for a monthly membership, that will be open, an option that's open for you. I'll present it to you after you purchase your kit. And then you can hit me up and I can get you into the membership on a monthly fee. That's only $97 a month, but it's only for people who have already purchased their supplies. If you want supplies plus coaching, you can pay for it in a bundle price, which is like severely discounted for the holiday season. We are really trying to help you guys get in here for January. Okay. We really want to make this year a monumental year, and really we want to change and uplift all of our lives. Okay. All of us. So moving right along, this right here is a testimonial from a young woman. Her boyfriend had finished my HPV protocol, which is so, this is so ironic. So he was on my HPV protocol, and the whole time he was like dating this girl, and he was scared to tell her that he had HPV. He was like, I don't want to tell her, I just want to hurry and get rid of it, and da da da. And I was like, what if you get rid of it and then y'all go get tested and everything and she actually has something? And that ironically is what happened. So he finished my HPV protocol, which was a long process for him because he had recalcitrant warts, which is a very difficult case of warts. So he finishes my protocol, and then they go and get tested together, and lo and behold, she comes back positive for HPV, abnormal pap smear. So he eventually he told her to help her get on to my protocol. But let me go ahead and read you her story, okay? So she says, I was diagnosed with HPV in October 2020, and soon after discovered Tara and her detox protocol from a friend. I saw she was helping to cure others who were diagnosed with HPV and HSV. I was so excited to find there was a cure, but skeptical, seeing as though my gynecologist told me there was no cure and the only thing I could do was wait it out. I went back and forth with myself, not wanting to start the cleanse because I knew there would be a complete daily routine change. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if I was up to do the work and not get any positive results. I buckled down and began Tara's HPV detox protocol on March 23rd, 2021, using all the tools and supplements from her website and ingredients from her protocol. Her guidance and reassurance was everything. Her guided instruction was spot on about everything. My gynecologist called me on May 19, 2021, 2021, after redoing my pap smear with negative HPV results. I was shaking when I got the call because I couldn't believe there was help out there for me, and it was Tara. I am so grateful for her and that I've come across her program. Completing her detox protocol and getting the results she promised feels so surreal. I would recommend anyone struggling and thinking about joining her program to just do it. You won't regret it, and you will get results. So this is someone who is really scared to get started. Anytime you go to change your life, when you make that initial decision, you're excited. But while you're in the waiting period, the doubt starts to set in. Did I make the right decision? Did I do the right thing? What if this? What if that? What if that? Let me tell you, it's always going to happen. It's okay. You're doing something that is unfamiliar to you, but I want you to get excited because this is a great and rare opportunity. You have nothing to lose. All you have is to gain. You gain your sense of self. You gain your confidence back. You gain that energy like, I can do this. I can do anything. And once you actually do this process, you will absolutely feel like you can do anything. That's what's happened to me and so many other people that went through my program. I'm here today doing this because I had the guts to actually go through it and do it, which was phenomenal. And now I have this whole different outlook about myself since overcoming and going through this thing. It's like, there's no fear in life now. There's nothing that can hold me back or stop me from anything, because I know that I was able to reverse what these funky ass people told me I couldn't reverse. They told me I couldn't do it. And guess what? I went ahead and helped a whole bunch of other people do it too. How about that? So, case study. Female client insisted on taking AHCC and Chinese herbs while doing the 5 steps to freedom detox. Her pap smear did not come back normal until she stopped taking the additional herbs. Do not try to take anything in additional to speed this process up. It's not going to. Don't take no chlorophyll. Don't take any zinc. Don't take any oregano oil. Don't take any other cliche thing that I could name or think of off the top of my head. Don't take any olive leaf extract. Don't take any black seed oil. Don't take any black walnut. What else is cliche out there that people are generally telling you to do? Don't do it. I've had so many herbalists come to me and ask me, how do you do it? How do you get rid of it? How do you really do it? Because I just tell people, put this on their spine and just put that on them and just put this on them. And they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to herpes and HPV. Okay. Even the people who are newly marketing HPV and HSV, they still trying to figure it out. And I'm still waiting on their testimonials. I'm still waiting. All right, let's see. Yes, it is because we really thinking we're paying for something and really not sure, but I want the same results others attest to. So guess what? I'm going to do it. I can't wait to share my own testimony because I'm saying everything, honey. Right. Let's go. Western medicine is such a lie. I hate these articles that say there's nothing you can do. It's ridiculous. What about that yoni steam that they say it's healthy, but I was nervous to do that? You don't ever have to be nervous about doing a yoni steam. I stay away from the cliche. When the Bible says go in the opposite direction of the crowd, that is pretty much the tune that I sing in life. If the masses are doing it, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. What I have discovered is, vaginal steams may be fun. And they have turned it into kind of like an event type of thing to do that a lot of people like to go and do as a fun recreational thing. Yeah, it can help you. There's women who say that it's helped to reduce their outbreaks. I do believe them. It don't get rid of herpes though. It's just something fun and recreational to do. Yes, it can have definitely good benefits, but will it get rid of herpes? No, it won't. Okay. Also, women have seen shedding of the skin, different things come out their vagina, parasites come out their vagina from doing my detox baths. So there's no need for you to do yoni steams or yoni pearls or anything like that. This protocol, anything that's in there that need to come out, it's going to pass. Okay. You will pass it. Okay. What about avocado, flaxseed, grapeseed oil, and that stuff? You can't do anything that's flaxseed oil. You cannot do any of that. Okay. Only grapeseed oil, no avocado oil, no flaxseed oil, only grapeseed oil, but we do not cook in it because when you cook with oils, it changes the molecular structure, the chemical structure of the oil, and now it becomes a bad oil. So no, don't do that. I've been following you for 2 years and I'm finally ready to get free. I'm so emotional. Oh, let's go. You know what? When I saw your name, I kind of knew who you were. So I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. We can totally do this. And you know what? Imani is still around if you guys want to go and do a Reiki session with her, which I highly, highly recommend that y'all do a Reiki session with her. And that's where, she just praise over you with lots of love. Okay. And when I tell you it helps with the emotional balancing of all of this, it's really amazing. So don't add anything to what you're doing here. If you guys are ready to get started with the program, you can go ahead and text me the word coach. Okay. We're going to get on the phone. I will tell you all of the options that I have available for you. Just let me know what your price range is, and I'll let you know what we have that fits inside your budget so that you can go ahead, get done with this, test negative, move on with your life, be happy, go start families, go after that career and do everything that you have been feeling you are held back from. Okay. So let's do this. My phone number is 404-737-1371. Text me the word coach and your phone number. Did a kid sneak off with my phone? He's so quick. But anyways, go ahead and text me the word coach and we're going to jump on the phone. And remember, text me your phone number as well. Text me your phone number because this is actually an app that protects any like if the people like me, it protects me from getting your phone number. Okay. But this is an app that we use for mass text messages, and sending off individual text messages to our customers. So definitely send me your phone number and we'll set up a time for us to speak, either, whether it's going to be tonight or if it's going to be tomorrow. Okay. So let's see. I'm ready to start as well. I've been procrastinating, but I'm ready. All right, Sandra, go ahead and text me the word coach and your phone number. Let's see. I'm dealing with, wait, hold on. I just found my person and told him what I'm dealing with, and he's so supportive. That is such a great thing. I'm very, very happy for you that you found someone. That's a good thing. And so many people are afraid of the disclosure conversation, but man, that disclosure conversation will kill time. It will save you the time of having to, worry about if this person this, that person that. You just get it out the way. Just let them know what it is, okay? And if they reject you, boy, did you save some time. You saved some time and some regret. You saved a body and all of that. Yes, yes. My phone service is so bad. Please forgive me if I ask something you already said. It's okay. This is recorded, and the recording is going to be sent to all of you. So if you need to get in a better area or something like that, then you can always watch this again later. And then I also have Q&A day once a week, at least once or twice a week on my Instagram. If you're in my text club, then I will send you out a notification saying, go ahead and send me your questions at this time. And then I answer them when I go live on my Instagram. Okay. So let's see. I got a few people that's ready to get started, ready to get going. So excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm hungry. But so we're gonna go ahead and end our class for today. And for everyone who texts me the word coach and their phone number, who's ready to go ahead and get started, I'm about to message you now so that we can set up something for us to speak. And I look forward to working with all of you and getting back those negative test results, whether you decide to do this by yourself, doing the DIY process with all the information, or if you want to actually get inside the program and do it with, my assistants, my team, and on our lovely website that makes finding any information you need very, very good. And with that community feel, so you got like a secondary family that you can open up to and talk about what you're going through, compare and contrast your situation with other people who's going through the same thing. Look at actual real pictures instead of them nasty ass Google pictures that look like nobody's real situation in real life. You know what I'm saying? Text the word coach to 404-737-1371, my phone number. And text me your phone number and the word coach. All right, now guys, we have two websites. I have tarasdetox.com where you can buy the products individually one at a time. So if you want to just buy the products one by one, you go to tarasdetox.com. And that's where you buy the products one by one. If you want to buy the kit that comes with your masterclass and your ebooks and all that stuff, send me a text message and I can send you the link for that one. I believe it's like tarasdetox.myshopify.com. Okay. And that's where you can get the kit that has all of my holiday specials. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of holiday specials. Let me go ahead. Let me just grab the website right now while we're on here before we jump off. Let's see. Oh, it came up easy for me. Well, that's good. Okay. So let me paste the website in here. I also have a special on my ebook. So you can get the ebook, both ebooks for $50. Instead of $120, you can get both ebooks for $50. So you'll have that information. You can do it all with just the ebook, to be honest with you. But I did make an 8-hour, it's over 8-hour video masterclass. It's a 5-day masterclass broken down into 5 days. And that explains the ins and outs of what you're doing inside the protocol. So let me stop my screen share. Let's see. All right. So shoot, I'm not logged in. This is like how my site comes up. Oh, I don't think I'm. Oh, because I'm on my other phone, my backup phone. Shoot. Okay, I'm not logged in. I was gonna show y'all a preview of the site. But anyways, since I'm not logged in, I won't be able to show you a preview of the site. So once you get in, then you'll be able to see what the site looks like. But it's a really nice categorized thing with like everything that you need right there. No issues. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Text me if you need me. I'm about to go make lasagna for the kids. So I will see you guys later. And for everybody who texts me, we'll be talking very shortly. So love y'all. Bye.